Tevin King's path to the NBA G League is one that isn't very common throughout the league. Tevin wasn't drafted or assigned from an NBA roster. Instead, he decided to take his shot in a local player tryout in Round Rock, Texas for the Austin Spurs. But his story doesn't simply begin there. Tevin's story starts all the way back to his upbringing in Chicago.
Chicago, I mean, it was a beautiful story, but it was real grit. You know, growing up there, everything you have to earn, flat out earn. I mean, the basketball, it goes deep. The culture of the game goes deep. So, I mean, just being able to grow up there was being such a great coach. I was able to learn from the greats, being around the greats on a daily basis, and actually pick up a name for myself, actually being out there playing defense.
After high school, Tevin committed to South Dakota State University, where he played 4 years and helped lead the Jackrabbits to 3 straight conference championships in his freshman, sophomore, and junior year. And later, it was a close friend from his Chicago days that was one of the reasons Tevin committed to his Austin Spurs tryout following his years at SDSU. That friend was former Austin Spurs guard Kiefer Sykes.
Kiefer went to Chicago Marshall, a legend school. Watched the guy, able to create a bond with him. He's a great friend, big brother in my opinion. Just being around him, he called me up for workouts. I go watch him play, things like that, stay in tune with him. So.
The Austin Spurs have had some great recent success using the local tryouts, and this offseason was no exception for the team.
We've used local tryout as a part of our roster. Jordan Green, Tucker Heyman, my first year, who've wound up starting games with part of our championship run. I mean, that's not something where we take lightly. I mean, we bring a lot of San Antonio people. I mean, you got Brian Wright, our GM for the San Antonio Spurs, at the tryout. So first off, we put a lot of stake, a lot of value in that. And when you see a guy like that who comes in, who competes, plays hard, plays the right way, that's a hard kind of environment to stand out in. But we got a lot of good intel from him, and he's been an unbelievable guy.
From the moment the tryouts began, it was Tevin's defensive intensity that really drew the eyes from the Austin Spurs front office.
What we loved about him, what he brought toughness, he brought energy, he brought a motor, and defensively he was getting after guys. I mean, he was picking up guys full court, getting steals, I mean, diving for loose balls, all those little things that you want in a team. And you know that certain guys, like we have guys that are already a part of the program, so he's going to be fighting for minutes. So we knew that having a guy like that on our roster with that kind of depth was only going to be advantageous for the rest of our guys in the whole group.
After learning he was getting invited to the team's training camp, Tevin was excited, but he also knew that there was a lot more work that needed to be done.
It was a wonderful feeling, but I had to get over it quick because now it's about being a pro. Yeah, you made it, but now it's time to take care of business because you still haven't made it. Like people told me before, hey, just go in there with a good attitude and stay open-minded because anything can happen. That's what I did, going in there, playing very hard from the start, showing them what I could do from the defensive end, also being a point guard. And just getting that call, talking to him afterwards about, hey, you making the team was probably one of the best feelings I've had in a while.
Making the roster was one thing, but due to early season injuries on the team, Tevin was getting thrusted into the fold early, and he didn't disappoint. No one was more impressed by Tevin's early season play than Coach Ahern.
In professional basketball, from a coach's standpoint, a guy like him will always have a job because he competes at a high level. He's a great teammate, and he understands the game. So like I said, for me, as a head coach, to have that luxury when you lose your starting point guard, now your backup becomes your starter, and then you have a guy like him who you can put in the first quarter and kind of lose zero sleep over him being in there. I mean, it's a testament to who he is as a person, the work he's put in, and kind of who he'll be moving forward.
He's grown tremendous on the court and off the court. He's a leader on the court and off the court. Gets guys going. I know he helps me out a lot on the court, put guys in the right spot, so he's just a great teammate.
When asked what advice he would give to other players pursuing their dream, his response was simple.
Hey, whatever you got, just show them you can be the best version of yourself. Just don't go out there trying to be the best in the whole gym. Just be the best version of yourself, because eventually, man, you control that. The possibility is endless.